Fairfield Federal, in cooperation with Interface Video, presents the Lancaster Festival, live from downtown. Also brought to you by the Frank E. Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield DB, Buckeye Toyota, Fairhope Hospice, Walker Shoe Center, Personal Touch Party Rentals, Fairfield Parks, Buckeye Lake Marina, and Dagger Law.
Hello friends, and welcome to the Lancaster Festival Live. I'm Paul Jasson with you. We are downtown on our Thursday edition, a little more than halfway through the festival, and we'll be talking about some of the events, sights and sounds, especially last night with the Michael Jackson tribute band out there. They were amazing. We've got some good footage of that we'll show you very soon. So again, we'll be talking about the events yet to come this evening, and actually this afternoon too over there with the Lancaster Handbell Ensemble. And then tomorrow we'll be going over the calendar later in the show about that. So we're glad you're with us. Beautiful day in downtown Lancaster as we broadcast and telecast today. So thanks for joining us. We'll be here today and tomorrow from 12 to 12:30. Open it up with one of our, maybe it's always a Thursday you're on. Is that typically the Thursday?
Yeah, I think so. That's our tradition.
We always have, you know Judy Rare?
Yes,
Yeah,
of
we always
course.
have her on Friday and it rains.
Oh.
And we always kid about that.
Hey, I
Judy
bring the
says-
sunshine.
So you bring that?
Yeah,
We'll mention that,
yeah.
we'll mention that to Judy. Anyway, thanks for joining us. Long trek over here, no problem on a day like this.
No problem.
So I think of Fairfield Federal first for the Art Walk Friday night. You guys have one of the more popular venues to go in. I don't know if it's the art or the food and drink that you give away, but you get a crowd.
Yeah, we had a huge crowd this year.
I think it was bigger than last.
It seemed like it.
I
Yeah.
know that the evening couldn't have been a better.
It was really
I think
perfect.
it's some of these nights down here, and it's been so brutal out. It's hot, but and of course the water that's perfect for that.
Yep.
But, what is it? Cake pops you have?
Cake pops.
Big popular item.
Yes, it's cake on a stick.
Cake on a stick. Have any left? You don't.
Of course not.
All right. Well, it's Fairfield Federal. That's you're the president up there, Mary Snyder, with us. And I guess when I think of Fairfield Federal, being a local guy, having been here a long time from the bus and Keaton days back to that far anyway, I just think of a local business, solid. If you're going to put your money there, you know you're going to be safe with it. Home loans, I've always think of Fairfield Federal as the home loan institution. But I was thinking today something that we might chat about a little bit is beyond that, and there's nothing wrong with that. Those are things you want. Those are qualities that a financial institution likes. But you also, now as we're in the 21st century, have moved a lot into the e-commerce side of business and personal loans. So that's probably a big part of your business, keeping up with things that are high-tech.
Sure. You know, we want to provide services that are convenient for our customers. So we've made some upgrades to our mobile banking and mobile app in particular here over the last few years. So we have everything that you would expect from one of the big banks. We can offer it to.
Well, that's good. And I think too about the last, I don't know, it's not since COVID, probably before that, but security is such a big issue. That has to be something paramount with you and your staff there, like this is what it's about.
Well, I tell you, it's always a worry.
Yeah.
We train our staff continuously, and we have the latest cutting-edge fraud detection systems, and certainly do our best.
I think about maybe, not that it's easy to get into that stuff and hack stuff, but I get something in the mail. Well, AT&T has been hacked. AT&T, they're pretty big. They probably got a pretty good, but somebody got into them. So I imagine at a local level, that's probably something, I don't know if you lose sleep over it, but something that's always in the back of your
Well,
mind.
of course, it's a worry.
Yeah.
And, we always try to not only train our staff, but also educate our customers to avoid scams and fishing
calls
through
and
emails and
some of
that
the
sort
older
of
ones you
thing.
probably get. That's always a worry too. If your mom's at home or something, and
Right.
mom
Yeah.
answers the phone, and all of a sudden, mom's got her money gone. I mean, those are. I guess that's important to let your customers know that.
Certainly, we try to educate them and
Yeah.
prevent that.
Well, it's like I say, Thursday at the festival. We're moving on here. Have you done too much? Well, like I say, during the art walk night, I'm sure your day is tired and and you're drained by the end of that. But do you get to go to many of the other events, the Saturday nights, any of them?
Yeah, we try, and certainly the Saturday nights, we boys plan to go. That's
Big crowd out
highlight.
there for Wilson Phillips. Everybody like that. And now we've got Lee Bryce this Saturday night. We were fortunate enough yesterday to have Gary Sheldon on for what will be certainly his final interview with us. But, you know, when I think about, he's been here 37 of the 40 years that this has been going on. I don't think I put that together. I remember when Christian Badia
Right.
was here the first, I guess, 2 or 3 years. But the things Gary has done here and the festival office themselves, the volunteers, the things they get, I mean, for Lancaster to have an event like this, I mean, that's remarkable.
It is, and you know, just the concept of having a Lancaster orchestra. I mean, that's a real treasure, and it's been remarkable for 37 years.
I tell Gary that any Saturday night they don't want talent. If they just want to play the orchestra up there, I'd be good with that for an hour and 15 minutes. I could listen to them because I'm with
Somehow,
you on
Paul,
that.
I don't think it would be as popular, though.
Well, probably
Might
not.
last
But we would go.
37 years.
You and I would go. So, but not every year. But if they want to do it one time, just to get the orchestra, but you and I would go, so that'd be cool.
Yeah.
So you got plans for Saturday night? You'll be out there for that.
Yes,
Lee
we will.
Bryce. You
Yes.
ever heard any of his stuff?
No.
No. Okay.
But it doesn't matter to me. I love it no matter what the music.
And that's always been my ticket too. When the festival comes up, you get your tickets. Oh, who's the talent? Well, that's good, but I didn't know that
doesn't
when I
really
bought the
matter.
tickets. Yeah, I'd agree with that too. Well, enjoy the festival. Have a great time for the Saturday night out here. And I didn't mention who you had and still have in your business for the art walk.
Yeah, so we're still displaying their art through Friday, Saturday, the end of the
yes.
festival. And we have Jim Gherkin and John Mark.
And you've had, I mean, at least last year, those are the two
Yeah,
you
the
had.
same two we had last year, both beautiful.
They do good stuff.
Jim's specialty is watercolor, and John's is oil painting. So
Besides being a doc, he can do this too, huh? I mean, how
Right.
much more talented
I
can you be?
know.
That's not fair to the rest of us. He's super smart, and you can do art too. Anyway, well, congratulations. I hope you enjoy the festival, what's left of it. Give your husband a hey, and
Okay.
enjoy Saturday night.
thank you, you too.
Mary Snyder, the president of Fairfield Federal, joining us today. Let's change up a little bit here. Who's bad? The ultimate Michael Jackson experience did not disappoint last night at OUL, the Wendell Concert Stage. And here for your enjoyment, a little taste of that high-energy concert.
Your blood is mine, gon' tell you right. Just show your face in broad daylight. I'm telling you about how I feel. Gon' hurt your mind, gon' shoot to kill. Come on, lay it on me. Alright. I'm giving you to a count of 3 to show your stuff or let it be. I'm telling you, better watch your mouth. I know your game, what you're about. You see the sky's the limit, and to me it's really true. I'ma break your heart for nothing, so wait till I get through. You know I'm bad, you know it. You know I'm bad, you know it. You know I'm bad, you know it. And the whole world has to answer right now. Just tell me once again, who's bad? The word sounds, you do it wrong. Gonna lock you up for too long. Your lying eyes gonna tell you right.
Big thanks to Buckeye Lake Marina for bringing that ultimate Michael Jackson experience clip to you. Great highlight. And if you're looking for a new boat, a great pre-owned watercraft, or a place to get parts for your boat, Buckeye Lake Marina has it all. Learn more at buckeyeLakeMarina.com. We are Lancaster Festival Live. Thanks for joining us downtown. And we always like to highlight some of the artists. And I always kind of get this guy on because A, he's tremendous at what he does. And B, he's a friend for a lot of years. Eddie Kitchen, thanks for coming back.
Well, you're welcome.
Must not have been too bad of experience, so.
I know. I can always tell my old friends from my new friends. My old friends call me Eddie, and my new friends call me Ed.
And the way I guess I kind of remember this wonderful painter right now, he was our drum major under Mr. Eugene Teachout in Lancaster High School, graduated the first class out of what will soon be the old. Can you imagine that?
No, I cannot imagine that. Our reunion, we just had our 60th reunion, and my classmates all toured the old building.
We're going to do that for hours too. I bet what a thrill that. You probably haven't been back too much.
No, I haven't. I was working that weekend at an art festival.
Oh, well, but it's great to see it, and really it's still in pretty good shape. They've done a great job for 60 years or something being out of there. So.
Right. And I'm proud of all the schools that are there now, because schools often draw population to your community, and good schools bring lots of nice families to your
Well, I
city.
think if that, and you always hear that schools are a big plus if somebody's thinking about coming to town, and if that's the case, then we ought to do pretty well, because once we get the new big thing out there, if you can imagine that from the Smokers Hill right there all the way down to OU almost, that would be a big location.
Right. I can still remember where you had to have a pass and you could smoke in that area where you walked into the school building.
Those are different times.
Those are different
And
times.
then I talked to the schools. They also talked about, when you think about it, once the school is in, it'll be all the way almost out to OU. It's there. And then all the way down to where Thomas Ewing was at the ball field. All that will be Lancaster High School. And in a day when a footprint, can be pretty expensive to have, the people at Lancaster High School, the school boards over the years, they did a lot of right things.
Right. I think that was Jack Brown, was it not?
Was ours back in the day.
Right.
So
Right.
Fulton Field, Cy Fulton, great things. Although I missed going down from the old high school down to North Field. That was always
I
fun.
always tell, and I missed the making of the floats.
That was great. Ella was ours, our junior.
I don't
senior
think
year.
we ever won.
Ed Kitchen, and let's get to some of your art here. Where's your office located for the paintings?
We are at Arbuckle and Fair Accounting Group.
Okay.
They're wonderful. My artwork is in the vault.
There it is right now. We're
And-
looking at it right now. About how many paintings did you have up?
About 40.
40. And I've always commented, I really love your artwork. Whether I knew you or not, it is great art.
Well, we do 7 shows a summer, plus about 6 shows of combined artists. So it puts pressure to produce.
Well, apparently you respond to that because the things you do are just remarkable, and obviously this is very successful. You've been here for how many years now?
About 44, maybe.
Really?
Right.
Well,
So we've met a lot of nice people.
oh, yeah.
I was in some woman's home that had about 50 of my paintings. I know she
Wow.
collected them from ever.
That is,
I
she
know.
might be the record holder then.
I think she is.
Is
the
she from
record-
local here? Is
No,
that-
she's from
oh,
Granville.
Okay. So she comes down here and gets some of them from here
And
too?
she goes to different shows.
Sure.
So,
So you're all around all year, well, what'd you say, 7 major ones?
right, we end up in Cincinnati in October.
Okay. You still give art lessons? You still do that?
I do not.
You do not?
I work
Time
my
is
yard.
valuable.
Right. And I like my yard.
Yeah, and your grandkids, and you get
Yes.
to
We have
do
6.
things like that. And I was thinking back, and a name that kind of came back when I was thinking back our days back there. I would suspect that a big influence you was Mrs. Ent, became
Right.
Dorothy Ent Coleman.
Right.
I would say she was instrumental in your art life.
Right. Well, I think all teachers impact people. I think she impacted me, and of course Eugene impacted me a lot. He really created my identity in high school by choosing me to lead the band behind Fred Lutz.
Who was before you? Is that who it was?
Fred Lutz,
Okay.
who went on to be in the Navy, and he's been to my own now.
Sure.
But I just think as a teacher, a former teacher, you have the ability to really impact lives. So
Well,
teachers are
We're
important.
fortunate in a school like Lancaster that those were all good impacts. We had good teachers down here.
We did have good teachers and fun teachers.
And I will mention that just quickly. I talk to Mr. Teach out periodically. He lives up in Lithopolis now. I give him your best. We have lunch with him once a year when our friend Lauren Solt comes back into town. We have lunch from the old band days.
Oh, that's very nice. We used to have our practices down in Miller Park. You remember?
That was, we'd walk down from the high school to down there, and can you imagine now walking and.
We're like two old people reminiscing.
What are the hours now? I guess they're probably the bank's hours that you're open, right?
No, I think they're closing early on Friday because we take our display down because the accounting firm is not open on Saturdays.
Okay.
So-
And then for the Art Walk, I was just talking to Mary Snyder, who across the street from Fairfield Federal, or you're in the old Fairfield Federal there, but she was saying what a tremendous crowd was here Friday
yes,
night.
Yes, it's a lot of fun. And we have fun with the people that work there. And talking about Fairfield Federal, they also have my dentist, John Mark, is there.
Oh, great people.
All right, and he's a great painter. And then, of course, Jim, who's a friend of mine. So
Yeah.
it's fun to come down
I'm
here
sure a
and
lot
see
of
him.
you artistes hang out and
We do.
marvel
we
at
do.
each other's work.
Right,
Who and
and
all.
look at each other's and talk about it. So it's great.
So I'm glad you're back this year. I'm glad it's been successful. The evenings and the days have been pretty good. Are you up here? Were you up here most days? At your show up here in Arbuckle?
no, I was just there Friday night.
Okay, that was it.
Right, and then we go back home.
Yeah.
It's
Which is Columbus.
Yes, I moved to Eastmore because our kids live in Bexley.
Kids and grandkids.
Right.
That usually makes a change.
Right, and the oldest one's a ninth grader, so we do a lot of athletic events.
Well, Ed Kitchen, it is always a pleasure to have you on. You do great work. I mean, it's nice to just know you and know the things you do, but when I look at your art and how successful it is, it's just great that we say you're a Lancaster High School graduate. That's a great thing.
Thank you. It's always nice to be with you.
Yeah. Ed Kitchen with us on Lancaster Festival Live. Thanks, Ed, for being with us. We'll be back on more Lancaster Festival Live in just a moment.
The Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities is proud to support the Lancaster Festival. There are many different events and programs the Lancaster Festival offers for all to enjoy. The festival brings together many generations and provides ample opportunities for our vibrant community to connect and make lasting memories. Be sure to stop by Fairfield DD's social purpose enterprise, Art and Clay on Main, and Square 7 Coffee House to cool off and enjoy a handcrafted beverage. See you at the festival.
Fairfield Federal. When it comes to our customers and our community, we go above and beyond to help. Our people make the difference. Personal or business banking, whatever you need, we take it seriously because we know you do. Stop by today at any of our 3 locations and see why the difference is clear. Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan specializes in banking that revolves around you.
Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
The Lancaster Festival is back for its 40th and best season yet. With visual artists and star-studded concerts, the festival is an amazing experience for all ages, featuring dozens of free and paid ticketed events, including concerts with country star Lee Bright, legendary pop group Wilson Phillips, and much, much more. To see a full schedule and purchase tickets for festival events, visit lancasterfestival.org today.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our 2 locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
Thursday edition of Lancaster Festival Live. Pleasure to have you back. Paul Jasson with you. We're downtown by the beautiful fountain. And behind us, the Lancaster Handbell Ensemble, which we'll get to hear a little bit of coming up in the show. So thanks for joining us. Again, we'll finish up today, and then we'll be here tomorrow, 12 to 12:30 also. Pleasure to have with us David Uhl, the superintendent of Fairfield DD. Welcome, friend.
How are you? Good to see you again.
I'm well. You're probably, I see your picture on some social platforms. It appears you attend many, if not every, event.
We attend a lot. The Ool family, you say you're doing great, I'm doing great. I don't know how you don't do great during festival week, but we're a little tired. And now, not as tired as Deb Connell or some of the volunteers that are working so hard, but we have been out to several events, and we just love the festival. My daughter was 7 months old when she went to her first concert out at the main site.
I think we know how old she is.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so she's she'll be 15 in December, and so she's been out there for a long time. And then, we just recently, I was telling Bob, we saw Lou Ross. He was visiting at a concert, and there's a funny story about Lou and my wife. We were at the Queen tribute several years ago. My wife was ready to give birth to Ethan, and she was not feeling well and walked to the emergency aid tent. And Lou found her halfway and just said, you don't look good. And I still believe Lou Ross thought we were going to have a baby right there on the festival grounds.
He was pulling for you.
Yes, he was. And so, but we made it through. Ethan was born August 5th, so just a week later.
Ooh, close.
So our kids, they love the festival. We're out to most stuff. They've chalked the block. We've done the main concerts, opening night, last night, last Saturday, as much as we can do. It's just a ton of fun.
And the Art Walk, I guess we think of Square 7. We'll chat about that in a moment. But for Art Walk, that's always one of the places to be.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. And I think one of the things people still don't realize when it comes to Art Walk is it lasts the entire festival. And so just yesterday, we went through the Lancaster City Schools building down here. My daughter has art in there. And so, the places are open, the art is there. And if you didn't make it down to Art Walk, or you couldn't get in where you wanted because the crowds were so big, come down and check it out, because you can get into just about every building that has art and see what they have.
Who did you have down at Square 7?
I'd have to talk with Mitzi. She had music down there, and I don't remember who it was. Well, we have a couple of our own artists that were in there, and then we had music that night as well. And so, Art and Clay Square 7, there's a ton going on down there. Something that's taken off recently down there is story times, where I've had opportunity to sit with a group of kids and read a story, and then they paint something. And so those things are happening. Another thing that's new within the last couple of years is adult paint night. So this is where you might come in and you might paint things that are a little less appropriate, not family friendly, maybe some sayings.
I'm unaware, but I get it.
Yeah, and me too. That's not our jam necessarily, but there are people who like that. So you can maybe put something on a coffee cup, maybe put something here or there. And so those have taken off, and there are unbelievable events that are continuing to happen all throughout the summer down at Art and Clay.
And, I think about many years ago, it might have been around festival time. Did you open up right before the festival at Square 7? Do you remember?
Yeah, it would have been in the spring, and then that was kind of a soft deal into the festival.
I think we had Temple on.
Yep.
I don't know if she was your first manager. She's the first one I kind of remember.
Well, she was the Art and Clay manager at the time. Yeah,
well, Art and Clay.
Right,
yeah, but I remember having her on, and then it became Square 7. And you got a thumbnail sketch on why you thought Square 7 would be a great thing, and now it's turned out to be exactly that.
Yeah, from a Square 7 standpoint, it's always fascinating to consider, a standalone coffee house like that. About 80% of coffee sales in America go through a drive-through, which we do not have. And we don't have it on purpose because we're trying to build community. We're trying to, allow for connection for people who come in. And so I think that's one of the special things that happens. This isn't you run through and in 20 seconds you've got your coffee and you're off to your next thing. You can come down, you can spend some time. We've got free Wi-Fi. There are people who will make that their mobile office for the day from around the community. And during the day, in the summer it's always busy, but through the rest of the year, it's a little bit quiet in there during the mornings. You have a lot of churn with the coffee, but it's just a great place to go. It's very creative and artistic, and so people really like that. And I think that the fact that it is a community gathering place is one of the reasons we've seen success there.
It's just taken off. It's done tremendous. And And let's mention, too, you being the superintendent at DD, what, a couple years now?
Yeah, this is year 2.
Year 2, still going well?
It's going, yes, indeed.
Okay.
I think it's going well. We have, as anyone has, I think, coming out of COVID, challenges with retaining employees, training new employees, hiring new employees, recruiting. But right now, we seem to have filled many, if not all, of our positions, and have worked really, really hard to make some changes that really COVID necessitated. You know, as people came back, the world was different, the workforce was different, the work that we're doing is different, and so some things needed to mature and evolve, and we've been working on that over the last couple years. So yeah, things are going well at Fairfield DD, and it's been an honor to serve over the last few years. And
I would think a business like Fairfield DD, when COVID hit, was especially challenging to your clientele.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, when you couldn't get out and people couldn't really receive service even in their homes because you weren't mixing, right, family units, it was a real challenge. And yet our team at Fairfield DD and then our providers, they really pivoted. They did everything we could. Some services did go virtual, those that could, but you know, we've completely come out of that and recovered, and you know, we've seen some really great things happening over the last couple of years.
And I always know your big spectacular in the summer is always a must-go-to event.
Yeah, our celebration of possibilities. Yeah, that typically is March, right in the spring, and you know, this will be our 15th annual celebration coming up this March, and so we're already talking about it. I would not say planning has started yet. We're still recovering from the last one, but soon planning will start, and we know it's going to be big because it's number 15.
Well, I think Fairfield DD is one of the real shining stars in the community. All the things you do and how you truly help so many different people and families. I mean, must be fun to go to work every day with that.
It is fun. You know, we are working every day to support people on their path toward greater independence. That's what it's all about for us. How can we support someone as they take that next step, as they get involved in the community, as they decide where they're going to work or where they want to volunteer, how they're going to engage with the community, and providing that support is, you know, again, as I said, it's been an honor to work, I think, 12 or 13 years now with Fairfield DD, and the last couple as superintendent.
David Ohl, Superintendent, Fairfield DD, thank you. Been over to hear the handbells yet?
I hear them right now, but
okay,
I haven't been over.
Enjoy
Yes.
it. We'll let you go over. Thanks for coming over.
Thanks, Paul.
Lancaster Festival Live. We're glad you're with us. We'll be back in a moment.
Hi, I'm Carol Whittington, and I would like to invite you to stop by Personal Touch Party Rentals and Events, located at 1540 Hubbard Drive in Lancaster. We are a small family-owned business and have been servicing the Central Ohio and Hocking Hills area since 2003. Graduations with a personal touch, weddings with a personal touch, corporate events with a personal touch. Please call us today for all your party rental needs. 740-689-6991.
It is so important for families to feel comfortable and safe when they call, because oftentimes that first phone call, even picking up the phone physically and just dialing that number, is very hard. You're asking for something that is a very difficult and private decision, and so we want everyone to feel comfortable and safe that you pick up that phone, you make that phone call, and let us just guide you and lead you where you want. And then you can make an informed decision about what's best for you and your family.
Hi, this is Jason Booth with the Family YMCA of Lancaster and Fairfield County. Here at the YMCA, we provide a broad range of services to actively support the health and well-being of all folks across the community. We are once again very honored to be a recipient of the Buckeye Cares program. That means Buckeye will make a generous donation with every vehicle they sell this month. Thank you, Buckeye, for your ongoing support of the Family YMCA of Lancaster and Fairfield County.
Dagger Law has more than 110 years of experience in nearly every aspect of the law. When we're not just helping clients, we're helping the community. You'll see us at festivals, sporting events, and around town, because we live and work here too. We are your neighbors, and we want to help you when you need it. When we help each other, we're stronger. Our community is stronger. Creating a strong, vibrant, healthy, and safe community is everyone's responsibility, and we take the responsibility seriously. We are local, we are trusted, we are experienced.
Lancaster Festival Live, the Thursday edition. Thanks for joining us. Behind us on the Zane Square Band Shell over there. We've got the wonderful Lancaster Handbell Ensemble performing. Let's go across the street and hear a little bit of that. That was directing the guest from yesterday we had on, the great Bill Whitman, director of the Lancaster Handbell Ensemble, and they're putting on the concert there. They've got about another half hour to go over there, so they're doing a great job and a nice crowd over there. And that clip was brought to you by the Fairfield County Parks District, who asked you to save these dates. Try your hand at candle dipping, rope making, pumpkin painting, and more during Harvest Celebration. That's up at Smeck Park in Baltimore on September 14th and 15th. Then you can go wild at a nature fair for a day of guided hikes and presentations at Coyote Run near Pickerington on September 28th. Experts in the field will share what they know about conservation and preservation. And you can join us for these not-to-miss events. Details are at fairfieldcountyparks.org. Now let's take a look at the calendar for what's coming up. It's brought to you by Walker Shoe Center, a true sit-down, get-your-feet-measured shoe store located at 737 East Main Street in Lancaster. So this afternoon, following the ensemble over here, you'll have the Festival Low Brass Quartet. They'll be at the Keller Market House. That's at 4 o'clock. Then this evening at 5:30, in the final hour concert, happy hour concert of this year. It takes place at the Ale House, 1890. That's at 5:30. Then tonight, it's Chamber Music Classics Crescendo. Come to hear all Maestro Sheldon's favorite chamber music classics from summers past. That ought to be a real treat. That concert starts at 7:30, and it's at First Presbyterian Church. Now for tomorrow for the Lancaster Festival, the Friday edition, Major Arts for Minors, the viral dance crazes of ML Dance. They're at the Decorative Arts Center of Ohio beginning at 10 o'clock. At the same time, Children's Corner featuring Toadstool Shadow combines tight musicianship for the high energy that characterizes early mountain music. That takes place behind us at the Zane Square stage. And then finally at noon tomorrow, Kelly Vaughn provides a unique blend of folk and indie rock for your listening pleasure. She'll be on the stage at the Zane Square bandstand over there. She'll be on here at 12 o'clock tomorrow. So we're looking forward to that as we have our final Friday show down here. So again, thanks for watching. And remember, you can watch us on all of these programs. They are live and on replay right here on Spectrum, their channel 1021, or the CLN, your Hometown Connection YouTube channel, or by going to our Interphase Video Facebook page. Click on that and get the live link. So lots of opportunities to see Lancaster Festival live. We've been here all week. We've got one more day tomorrow. We hope you can join us with the final Friday sounds of the Lancaster Festival. So for all the crew at Interphase, I'm Paul Jasson. Thanks for joining us on Lancaster Festival Live.
Fairfield Federal, in cooperation with Interphase Video, presents the Lancaster Festival, live from downtown. Also brought to you by the Frank E. Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield DD, Buckeye Toyota, Fair Hope Hospice, Walker Shoe Center, Personal Touch Party Rentals, Fairfield Parks, Buckeye Lake Marina, and Dagger Law.